evening, everyone. My name is Hedy, H-E-D-Y. I'm an exchange student from the United States, but I'm not American. And I joined Toastmasters for pretty much the same reasons as Ramsey did. So my topic today is a teenage love affair. So am I actually going to talk about a silly romantic story of my teenage years? Yes. Okay, wait for it. When I was 15, I fell in love with a boy. He's from Britain. He was also 15, very smart, very good looking, very brave. Actually, I think you might all know him. His name is Daniel Radcliffe, who plays the role. I know, right? So brave. He plays the role of Harry Potter in the movie. So why am I talking about an idol obsession? Right? So how is it interesting? It's like people do it all the time, right? But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this guy here, he changed my life. He actually changed my life. He did. Well, what do I mean by that? I was born in Shanghai. I grew up in Hong Kong, so I spoke Cantonese for most of my life. And my English was really bad. Worse than Jackie Chan. Like I used to speak English like this. And I couldn't make any public speeches, not even private ones. I couldn't speak English at all. So when I was 15, one day I was hanging out with my friends, and we walked into the movie theater to catch the first Harry Potter movie. I had no idea what it was, naturally. It was in 2001. So we were there. Oh my god, now you know my age. So we were there watching the movie, and the moment I saw Daniel Radcliffe marching on that broom, flying off into the air, I just fell in love. Those eyes of determination, those great facial features. I loved him. And I told myself, this guy's gonna be my boyfriend, and I meant it. I meant it. Good looking, right? So Daniel Radcliffe, I was a woman of action, I still am, and I planned a trip to London. I talked to myself, well, so if I were to meet Daniel Radcliffe, there might be a problem. He doesn't speak Cantonese. I don't speak English. So what I picked up a dictionary, all in English, and I read it like a storybook. A to B to C, all the way up to the end. Did I memorize every single word? No. But I memorized a lot of it. A lot of it. That's the power of a silly teenage love. I was 15 and I loved Daniel Radcliffe. I fell in love with English. I started listening to English songs, Westlife, Harry Potter, and I even tried to rap Eminem, yo! Anyway. Because of my increased vocabulary, I was also able to read a lot of different English books. Harry Potter, I even challenged Charles Dickens, but that was a failure. So, Harry Potter. And as I said, I was a woman of action, right? So I couldn't just be there preparing for myself and not planning for our eventual encounter. So what I did was, I put out a piece of paper, a red envelope, and I wrote him a love letter. The first one in my life. I waited for 2 months, no reply. I wrote a second one. I said, "Dear Dan, I really, really love you. If you don't write me back, I'm going to be heartbroken." Guess what? Celebrities never reply to the fan letters. I wrote a third one. You know what? I'm your biggest fan in this entire world. If you don't write back, you're going to lose me. I wrote back with an autograph. As I was holding that autograph with trembling hands, I realized 2 things. First, I was rejected. What does it mean when someone tells you thank you after you say, I love you, right? Because they didn't love you back. He didn't love me back. The second thing I realized was that I only loved him because of the distance. Because he was so unattainable. Because I was able to project all my subjective fantasies of a perfect romance onto this one image that was an illusion. It's an illusion. I was 15, I needed some love. And I gave all my love to Daniel Radcliffe. So what remained of this obsession? He triggered in me a very deep passion for English language that I've never realized before, and for the culture, and for the books. And since I was so brutally rejected, I diverted all my energy to studying, which is great. I started getting top grades in my classes, and one thing followed the other, and going to international school, and I got a scholarship to study in America. It's true. So this is my email address. I still use it. I'm not just promoting myself. Of course, you could write to me, right, about Daniel Radcliffe. This is my email address. My friend just asked me yesterday, why do you still use this silly email address that you opened when you were 15? Well, I tell her, I don't want to remember a failed romance. But I want the email to be there to remind myself that every time I encounter something that looks like love, I need to remember it could be an illusion. It could be an illusion. And what's more important is that I have to remember the most important thing in life is to chase after what you actually love. What you actually love. Don't fool anyone. Don't let the passion of the moment kill you. You have to chase after what you really love, which is why I really agree with what Joseph just said. My struggles. English was my struggle. Literature is still my struggle. I'm a literature major. But you really have to stay with what you love. Toastmaster, don't eat me.